We need to relinearize the code that JavaScript is trying to make us do asynchronously. So Filemob is going to need a one-task task manager. Inside of the Filemob constant section, we have the task enumeration and task number of steps for an invalid task, the enumeration and number of steps for the load box disk task, one and a whole bunch, a big number, because I don't know how many steps it's going to be up. In the data section for Filemob, we've added this hackish one-task system section here. We have a variable called task has, which if this is set to 1, then there is a task queued, and the enumeration defining which task has been queued, and the index of done. So this is going to rest at -1 when no steps of the current task have been done, because the steps of the task are going to be indexed starting from 0 to whatever. Here is a lookup table for task number of steps. We have the number of steps for the invalid task, the number of steps for the load box disk task. Here we're checking and making sure that when we use the enumeration inside of this lookup table here, that we get out the appropriate number of steps. So we're checking the invalid task here, and we're checking the load box disk task here. In the Filemob function section, eventually we want to refactor this function to use the tasking system, but we're not going to do it in this video. And in the bottom of the Filemob function section, the bottom here, we've added this Filemob ticker function, which is going to execute this ticker core if we have a task queued up. And then inside of ticker core, we're going to update the task one step at a time each game frame until we're done, and then we'll set task has back to 0. The Filemob ticker function is beneath GPU sync because Filemob was included after GPU sync in dependency order. We're inside of the client game tick function here. What we did previously, footnotes, and then what we did in this video. If you want a longer explanation, go here. You have been here. Like, subscribe, send money in the mail.